Hi guys, and welcome to this plumberparts.co.uk video all about self-closing waste valves for basins, baths, boiler condenses and high pressure relief as well for your heating systems. And also to let you know there is a competition in this video as well for you to win one of 10 of these great MacValves that we're going to show you. And also I'm going to give you the heads up about the new Mac Trade Club as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video guys, and I'll see you soon. Hold tight! plumberparts.co.uk, home of Find Your Plumber. Hi guys, thanks for popping along. You're joining us as we install this little pedestal basin here. We're just going to get all the waste and everything ready before the plasterers come in so we know it's all in the right position. And I thought it was the perfect opportunity to explain to you the use of self-closing waste valves. We've got one here. This is the MacValve one. For the UK market, they come in 1.25" and 1.5" size. So you have your standard basin attachment on the top here, and then your standard compression fitting on the bottom. But MacValve do make plumberparts.co.uk, home of Find Your Plumber. Below through the Mac Trade Club, and you'll be able to ask them about any specific requirements that you may have. What we're going to do is show you all about how these work, the different sizes that there are, the way you can use adapters as well to make these really versatile, and plenty of other things as well that are going to help you choose which kind of waste adapter to use. What the MacValve does is let water and air down into the pipework, off to the soil stack, so you don't have any smell coming back up or anything like that. But also you don't need to have an AAV or an air admittance valve on here, because these will automatically close once the kind of pressure balance or the equilibrium is restored, and they'll shut nice and happily like that. So you don't have to worry about suction or siphonage or anything like that as well. If you throw one of these in the back of the van with the related adapters, not only have you got a non-return valve, but you've got a basin waste, a bath waste, a high pressure relief waste, and also even a boiler condense waste, all wrapped up in one product. So one of the solutions to this tight, cramped space problem is to use a MacValve. Now here we've got the MacValve 3. You can buy this just on its own, but the one we've got here has also got a Tundish adapter that I'll tell you about later on. In this video, we've got 10 of these MacValves to give away, and we'll show you how you can win one of them later on. But for now, let's have a quick look at this. So this is the 1.25" connection, which is perfect for the basin that we've got behind us here. But you can also buy the MacValve 2, which is an 1.5" self-closing one as well, but we'll get to that in a minute also. And as you can see straight away, the space-saving kind of aspect of it is that it's inline and straight. Secondly, all MacValves can be installed vertically, horizontally, as long as there's a reasonable drop on it, or even diagonally as well. So they're really versatile for that sort of thing. I'd like to draw your attention as well to how thick the rubber O-ring is up here as well. So it's nice to know that you've got a nice squidgy sort of rubber O-ring there. So you can pretty much be sure that when you tighten one of these up hand tight, you're not going to need to grab a set of grips and give them a real good wang up. You should just be able to do it with your hand, and that'll be nice and tight, and there won't be any leaks. So how is it that water can pass down through this, but the smell from the soil pipe or any of the stuff that's further down can't get back up through and up through your basin or in your bath? To show you that, let's have a look down the inside of one of these MacValves. Now, if we look close up in here, you can see just inside there is a little silicone membrane. Very kindly, I've managed to buy another one of these and cut them in half for you so we can have a proper look. So we've got our nut up here, we've got our nice thick rubber O-ring just here. Then we have our silicone membrane that water can pass down just through here, and that we saw just a moment ago from the end here. So water can pass down from our basin through our silicone membrane here out to the system and off to the soil pipe, and then as soon as it stops running, this will shut up straight away, and then there'll be nothing that can come back up and through. The perfect way to demonstrate this is to look at it like this. I can blow down this, but if I blow back the other way, I can't blow back the other way at all. So just see it as a non-return valve for water and for air and smell. What we're going to do is we're going to mock up this installation so you can actually see one of these in situation, and then I'm going to cut off our pipe and actually properly put that in, and then we're going to pop it off and the plasterers can come in and do their bit, but then we'll know that we're already finished and done there. What we'll then do is I'll give you a good idea about the other uses for one of these, and also show you how their Tundish adapter works as well. Then I'll let you know how to enter our competition. A lot of you seasoned plumbers out there and DIYs are going to recognise the trouble that you can get with a situation like this. If you can first fix nice and easily out of the floor like so, then this valve is absolutely perfect for this installation. But also, if you want to use it in any other kind of ways, if it's going back into the wall, then it should still be able to solve a problem for you. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with using standard trap. They do work just fine, there's no problems with it. This is more about getting the job done aesthetically, and also I find that these are quite easy to do up because of that nice thick rubber bung. even if you haven't got a lot of room to get your hands round. I just want to show you how easy it is to get one of these in. You can get your hand right round the back there nice and easily. And just start doing that up like that, and just in a second that's on. And look, you can just do that up, just hand tight. And I'll be pretty sure now that that is completely watertight in there and there's no problems. You can see how nicely hidden away it is. So from the front side of the pedestal, you're not going to see anything. The bottom connection is just your standard 1.25" compression fitting for waste pipe. And that goes the same for the 1.5" one as well. It's just the standard fitting for that. So all I need to do now to actually get this installed is just measure up from the floor, measure up there, just get my measurement so it's just sort of, so we're cutting it just about here. Then I know exactly how far I need to cut my pipe over there. Do that now and then we can easily just pop this on. Now there are two ways that you can do this. If you're first fixing like now, you've got it easy. You just remove the bottom connection from the bottom of the MacValve like so, and then you can just slip that straight over the top of your pipe where you've cut it off level. And then all you need to do is pop our pedestal just here, and then we slot this over, making sure that our MacValve goes nicely over that pipe. Once we've got the basin up against the wall, we can pop our hands around the back, just bring this nut up here and do that up. And the good thing is, all the rubbers that come with it are really nice and malleable as well, which not a lot of people really think about, but it makes a huge difference when you're trying to get a watertight seal with just your hands around the back of one of these. Now obviously, when you're doing one of these jobs, we've been lucky here, we've been able to cut this off and do it like that, nice and easily. But often you'll be trying to retrofit one of these and the system's already been here, and inherently it's always going to be a bit of a fiddle because look at the gap we've got to be in. But I think that the MacValve down here, if we look from the front, solves a multitude of problems whilst also keeping the bathroom aesthetically nice and clean and also working really, really well. So obviously with products like this, it's not just your standard trap. So I thought, right, I'm going to email MacAlpine, speak to one of their technical guys and actually see what tests they've done on this particular product. And you would not believe the stuff that I got back. Just check this footage out that their technical department sent us over. They used a test rig that had 150 litre capacity. They put 100 litres in it and also a 25 kilo bag of sharp sand. Then they pumped it through the MacValve round and round again using a 200 litre a minute submersible pump. Sometimes I think testing just goes to the extreme. This test was carried out on a continuous 200-hour run, and that represented a through flow of water of over 500,000 litres, which is the equivalent of 3 years total water usage in the average UK home. My God. And they tested it in horizontal and vertical positions as well, and it still worked perfectly fine after all of that. They even tested it on a cigarette, a lit cigarette, put that down there, and it didn't burn away the membrane. I also wanted to know what kind of hot water temperatures and cold water temperatures they tested these to. Well, they tested it to -40 degrees for 96 hours, and it worked okay. They put it in an oven at 220 degrees, and all the components of it were still fine. And they also tested the hot water side by running 110 degree water through it as well, and then just for good measure, dropped it from 2 meters onto a concrete floor to see if it would break. And it didn't. Before I finish talking about basins and vanity units and the different ways you can use one of these valves as well, MacAlpine also make two really handy little pieces, this SS inlet and also the one that's a bit slightly larger as well for 1.5". On most vanity units, you're going to be first fixing your waste pipe nice and far to the back so you can get as many smellies and washers and cleaners and scrubbers and bits and bobs like that under there as you possibly can. Well, imagine all you need to do now to extend that out to go up into your basin is just this piece here. That makes this a super handy piece of kit, believe me. Another good thing about it as well is you can pop this piece off if you like, and if you want your valve to be horizontal as it's coming out, and have it coming out horizontally out from underneath your sink. And that just shows how versatile one of these can be if you just buy the right piece of kit and spend another couple of quid to get one of these extensions as well. It results in you having a much cleaner vanity unit area, and it shows that either to your customer that you've thought about the job and how you're going to spec it out and do it, or for whoever you're installing this stuff for. So for instance, you can use this on a bath waste. That can be your bath waste just in here with your overflow coming down into it there, and there you go, you've got your bath waste just like that. Probably save you about 50 mil in bath height compared to a standard trap. I'm not saying normal traps are bad or anything like that, you can still use them, there's nothing wrong with them, they do the same thing, but maybe if height's an issue, I mean look at this photo someone sent us a few weeks ago on our Twitter. If that sort of thing can happen, this product may well be able to avoid it. Is if you just get the small tundish adapter like the one we've got here. You can cut the end off that, have yourself a 22mm compression fitting coupling. Then you can add 300mm, which is your minimum requirement for a drop on a high pressure relief pipe. And before you know it, you've got yourself a fully compliant tundish waste for high pressure relief off heating systems or off unvented cylinders. And now you know you can run your high pressure relief waste off to the soil stack nice and safely without any smell getting back up. These adapters will also take 3/4 plastic, so you can use them on your condense for your boiler. The membranes on the MacValve have been tested to pH level 3, which is really acidic, and they take any of the slightly acidic condense that any boiler will give out. So now you know you can run your condense down to the soil stack without any smell coming back up and not having to run it outside off to an outside gully or anything like that. So it simplifies that job as well. So you can throw the MacValve in the back of your van and it will solve a multitude of problems for you without you having to worry about anything else. How about having the opportunity to win one of them? We've got 10 of them to give away. All you need to do, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to know the routine now, pop over to our Twitter or our Facebook, find this post on our Twitter, follow and retweet us, and find this post on our Facebook and just follow and share that post, and then you've entered. We'll contact 10 winners and ask you which size you'd like to win, either 1.25" or 1.5". That's it, it's nice and easy. Also, while I'm here, I thought it'd be a good idea to tell you about the Mac Trade Club that's going on. If you click on the link that's appearing right now in the cards, you'll be able to pop over there and have a look. But it's a very handy trade website that MacAlpine have set up. You can ask them questions and also fill out polls as well. I mean, as soon as I got on there, the first question I was asked on the poll was, what sport do you watch most of the time on TV? And we all know what the answer to that is. It's obviously rugby. Please do subscribe to our channel by clicking on the cards that are available right now. We upload most weeks and have loads of fun. Also, please follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well, where there's lots more photos and stupidity and banter going along in the world of plumbing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'll see you on our next plumbing video, and remember to hold tight.